even with something as impressive as what we've seen in terms of advancements with artificial intelligence and how much that development cycle has increased, it doesn't happen overnight. And so it's not something where someone turns on a light switch and AI takes someone's job. It's a situation where there is a slow evolution of how we start to use these tools and adopt them and bring them into our job functions. And so when you look at something like adjusting, I think this is a really easy thing for people to conceptualize because we've been through this before. When I first started in the insurance industry 10 to 7 years ago, there was this big fear that drones were going to completely replace adjusters. And it was this big thing like, what's going to happen? And, every conference you went to, there was conversations about this and companies that were exploring how real it was going to be. Or the same thing with like even Amazon going down the path of being like, we're going to start deliveries with drones. Well, that happened in like two cities and they realized there was all sorts of barriers.
Yeah.
And so the the hype creates this fear or this hesitancy of how are we going to use these tools and what's this going to look like because it feels like it's coming at us a million miles a second. And in reality, these types of changes take time. So if we look up 20 years from now, the role that the adjuster themselves is going to be doing will likely look very different than what the day-to-day of looks like today. But it's going to be a slow change and there's going to be time for adoption. But as an adjuster, you have to be willing to adopt those new tools and use them to become more efficient and trust that the idea is that your job will still exist. It will just look different and you will be able to do things that you couldn't do today through the use of these tools.